Hello and welcome to All-Star Review with Michael Paz and
Chantele Francis, also known as Miss T. Arrow.
and we are going to be talking about episode 5 of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 3. The Andy Warhol Can Soup Ball episode.
Sweet.
Perfect. Okay, so the last episode was Statch Game, and we're not going to go. So who left? It was Chi-Chi gone by. BB didn't win the challenge.
Well, we start off with like the beginning of it. It's
yeah.
You know, a big Aja, like Chi-Chi leaves like her nice message on the mirror, and Aja's like, "This is the first time I've seen like a nice message, a mirror message, since like Michael's left." And I was like, "That's true. Everybody's been quite shady, or shady boots, as some people might reference. Big Celebrity Big Brother."
Yeah.
But Trixie really respected that Chantele didn't actually hold a grudge for the whole mirror comment or sorry, the mirror message that she had left from Thorgy. And so, I mean, I don't think that Chantele was going to actually do that, like just because Chi-Chi has just been so much worse. But
yeah, Chi-Chi was like, she was ready to leave. She knew that she was gonna go, so like it wasn't. Why would she leave a shady thing where, like, Thorgy, she was pissed. And Milk, she was pissed. And, those people were pissed. So, of course, they're going to leave those notes. But Chi-Chi was, like, good and, like,
done.
Yeah.
She knew her time was over. So
Girl,
Ben,
bye.
Bye. Making a lot of comments, though, about the fact that, like, now that everybody's coming down to, like, the final, whatever it was, 5 or 6, that like how to eliminate people is becoming kind of muddy. And I'm kind of like annoyed with Kennedy for being like not really understanding where Ben's coming from, being like, oh, well, if you can't handle being in the top, you can't make these decisions, like you shouldn't be here. And I'm just like, but she's had to make all the decisions. Like, you haven't had to make any decisions. So imagine if Angela and Chi-Chi that were up there, who would you decide to go send home? Like, I'm sure she would have a little bit of a problem, or just like feel bad a little bit. And so I think that that's what Ben's kind of going through. It's like the fact that she's been in the top so many times and has had to, really think about who she wants to end their dream here. Like, I can see how that could take a toll on somebody.
Yeah, and my opinion is, okay, so like this is all about being fair. Like, Ben's like wanting to be fair. But what Ben is doing, and I'm gonna I'm gonna say something bad about Ben, is that Ben, now I'm seeing what all the other people are saying about you, is that the fact that you are trying to be so fair. You know what being fair is? Because you've not been in the bottom. Ben is afraid that he's going to get into the bottom one week and he's going to go. That's what he's afraid of. And that's why he's just like, yeah, well, I think that we should like maybe look at track records and look to see. And like Kennedy's like, shut the this is like later on when they're getting ready during the challenge, but it already just starts there with Ben like wanting to be like, so like if I get in the bottom, like I don't like think I should get kicked up. Like he's already saying that he's going to get in the bottom. Like he already thinks that he's going to get there.
Well, I mean, he's
playing the game.
He's kind of saying that because of the fact that everybody is like all like bringing it now, that there is a chance that he might not come out on top. And so I can understand him like being worried.
For sure. It's just,
especially since he's won so many times, that like if she fucks up, she is going to be at the bottom and they're going to send her home because they want to get rid of her so they have a better chance at winning. And that's just fact. So for him trying to solidify like something like track record where he would then be looked at as someone that would stay, I can understand his logic for wanting to do
no, I understand his logic. It's just like, Ben, just honestly, maybe you should just like shut your mouth.
Anyway, so Rupaul comes into the workroom dressed like Andy Warhol, and he's like, oh, he's making all these references, like, well, actually beforehand, like It Girl, Superstar, 15 Minutes of Fame, and then he walks in as Rupaul Warhol.
Rupaul Warhol.
And so the mini challenge is that they're going to have to do quick drag, and they were going to take a snapshot, and it's going to be turned into a Warhol-inspired piece of art.
Which I like, you know what? Like, I was actually like, after the episode, I actually looked at a lot of Andy Warhol, and I have this in my apartment. Like, I've had this in my apartment for years, and like, I just always loved that he had just so much color, and just like he just made it vibrant. And I love Andy Warhol stuff. Like, it's so cool, and I love Studio 54. Like, even the movie with Nev Campbell and Ryan Phillippe. Like, great movie. I like that era. I feel like in a past life I was at Studio 54, and I've been to Studio 54, but they've turned it into a theater now, and that's where they perform cabaret in New York City.
I mean, I would totally go there too.
Yeah, like it was cool, like, because it still got that club vibe, and it has all the little tables still all set up, and you get to watch cabaret at these little tiny tables like a cabaret show. So it's if you've never been, I suggest you, audience, go to Studio 54 just to see some historic things.
Oh my god, totally.
Okay.
So quickly running through. So Kennedy came out. I didn't think she looked very pretty. She had like that long black wig and like that dark eye makeup. And it was a little bit disconcerting to see them in like be half boy and then half drag. Like, I was like, it's not cute.
Yeah. Like when you see her, it's like seeing a drag queen who's leaving for the night, but she's still in face, but she's totally in boy clothes. It's like, you're like, ooh, that's it
ruins like the allure. You know what I mean? Like, I like seeing him before and after. I don't like the in between so much, we'll say.
Yeah, like I used to live with a drag queen, and I don't mind saying, demand attention. And like, I was like living in this 2-bedroom with her, and she's like, I'm gonna go get ready. And then she'd come out halfway to have a smoke. And I'm like, but she's in full face, but she's still talking to me about like her boyfriend, or like she's talking to me about work or something. And I'm like, this is freaking me out. Because like, go put a wig on or go put some heels on. I don't know what you need to put on.
But like, one or the other, not in between. That's why I found like with all the queens, I just kind of like, can you hide, like, just make the allure happen a little bit better.
Because then next was Aja.
Yeah, Aja.
And Aja did have that little bit of allure. Like, she does like.
Yeah, she had like her little feather boa type thing on, or her shrug, whatever you want to call it. And like, I loved her like Dita Von Tess inspired blue wig, and I like the tear kind of makeup that she had on. And I was like, I thought she looked very pretty.
Yeah, it was very pretty.
Ben, she had short hair, right?
Ben had short hair. It was like a little black wisp right here, like a sideburn almost, and then like a scarf right here. He looked like he looked like one of those like ladies in Hollywood postcards.
Yeah, but I didn't think she looked pretty, but she looked okay.
Looked okay.
I mean, I guess like I wanted people to play a little bit more in the theme that it's going to be pop art, because like it might have been an okay like photo, but I didn't think it translated that well in pop art.
Yeah, and that's when you can actually say like, maybe, and it comes up later with some of the judges' critiques, that like maybe some people should do some research.
Yeah.
And people should like look at, if you know, like if the thing is stated that you already know that there's going to be an Andy Warhol challenge, kind of fucking look up who Andy Warhol was, and maybe look at some of his art.
I mean, I studied art history, so like I definitely knew who he was, you know, and like did some projects on him and stuff like that, like a long time ago. Yeah. But I guess I didn't find that. Yes, they looked whatever, like they did their quick drag, but I feel like they could have utilized the fact that they're going to be in these like cool colors a little bit better, and like everything's going to. I just thought they could have used the medium better. So then BB came out. I don't remember what she looked like.
She looked like Diana Ross. Like it was just long hair, not too much, nothing vibrant. Yeah, it was just like safe.
And she came in with like the big booty ass, and I'm like, what's the point of that?
Angela looked like the girl.
Like Poetic Justice.
She looked like Milli Vanilli. Like
no,
she was like
Janet Jackson in Poetic Justice.
Oh yeah, Poetic Justice. Yeah, it was just like those braids, like a braids here, braids there, braids in the back, and it just doesn't scream pop art.
Pop art, yeah, that was not going on in pop art. Those braids didn't even exist yet. No. But I mean, she could have done something with it. It didn't match the medium as well.
No, of course not. Like, I saw that and I was like, no, she's not gonna win that.
And like, what was Trixie's, like, why was her makeup so terrible? Like, I don't know, like, can she only do Trixie makeup, like, with her like angular line and like white, like, because like I thought she looked like hideous.
She didn't even put any makeup. I think that she just was in boy face
with like glasses.
With glasses and a hair. It was almost like she didn't do a face and she just did like.
I wrote down kind of ratchet makeup. Kind of. I think
kind of. You've never even liked her makeup, even when it was makeup.
It's like well done. Yeah.
So the winner is Aja. Yay, 5 points for
I knew she was going to win 100% because she looked gorgeous and her look translated very well onto the medium. And I thought she looked great.
So then they are told that they are going to be making soup cans as well as a runway look for the main challenge of the Studio 54 Andy Warhol ball, and which is super exciting because then they get to make things, and I was just very excited that she gets to make stuff, and this is where we get to look at the way people make costumes.
Well, no. Well, this is the soup cans first. So, like,
okay, sure.
See whether or not, like, what they think about themselves and what they think is funny about themselves, and what they think is going to be translated into a soup can, because they're supposed to make a soup can that represents their brand, which I thought was like kind of like a hard challenge in this sense. And it seems like all the queens kind of found it to be a difficult challenge because I didn't get a lot of their references on their soup can, and I didn't find any of them really funny, personally.
Well, that's why a lot of them were like talking trash about each other and talking like in the diary rooms. I was just like, I want to do. I'm gonna be sweet. I'm gonna be sweet, and it's like, what do you like? Like you're sweet. You're kind of sour, like.
I mean, Aja's been looking great this season, absolutely, and she has been playing with like these pastels and candy colors, absolutely, and they've been looking great on her. But her personality isn't like sweet like candy, like more like a Sour Patch Kid.
Sure, or like. I don't know, like what's a split pea soup? I don't know, like you know what I mean? But like it's.
I think she wanted the colors though. I think that's why she was.
Yeah, like it's supposed to be like a pop arty kind of thing, and like like what's bright colors is like candy. Yeah, like you would think that, and so I could see that, but it's like Aja's always. I feel like Aja's already had the concept in her head. Way back in the day, like I feel like she's already had the concept going and then not listening to the judges' critiques and tweaking it to like the judges' critiques. You know what I'm saying? Like for example,
did they give everybody the soup outline, like the soup can, and they had to like put their paper up or whatever? Because I personally would have done how like Andy Warhol's soup can thing was with all the multiple soups and made like a little cute little like multiple soup dress, like how he has like the
like the like not just like being in wine but then having them all around you.
Well, I mean I would have done it more like say like have like a little dress like say like this, and I'd have like small soup cans that you could together. You can see whatever words you want or whatever, but I would have.
That's cool. So that would be.
That's what people would have done. Like I don't know.
Yeah, so that would be, well, yeah, I guess maybe they just had to be like, you have to just make one big soup can. And then
well, and it's good. Like, everybody had all these black, like, leggings and tights underneath. And I'm just like, I don't know. I liked the challenge, but I didn't like how it was executed by anybody, really. But to poor BB, like, what kind of soup is achu?
Well, it's supposed to cure a cold, not cause one.
What did she have to say? She's like, oh, that soup is going to be the recipe for the bottom two.
Yeah, and then she's like, I don't hear a cough called Achoo.
And so Ben like still is feeling a little bit confident because she's saying that she's already like won a design challenge with a glue stick. So she's fine. No, sorry, this was when we were getting to, I guess, the main chains challenge. Did I talk about? Hold on, let's look.
Yeah, I just like, I have the achoo, and then I have
helping BBs if she can. So I guess they're making both costumes in what they showed in the workroom.
Yeah, and then so BB goes to okay, I'm just gonna say this like I said it here. I do not understand that. Okay, so I mean, I took home ec, all right, like for a couple weeks, and I learned how to use the sewing machine. Cool. I have like never used it since, but I'm not a drag queen, and I'm not going to make anything. Yes, I have like asked people. I will go to the tailors and ask people to like sew stuff. But if you are a drag queen and you have these outfits, I know that you can go and buy these outfits and you can have them made for you. But don't you think that like you should know how to sew?
If you're going on a competition show where it's like going on Project Runway and be like, oh, I'm not the best sewer.
Okay, yeah, and also like BB's been, how long ago was season 1?
9 years.
Cool. So the 9 years before season 1, you never learned after, and now it's 9 years later and you still don't know. And you're asking a 23-year-old drag queen to like make your outfit. That pisses me off.
Well, this is the thing, is like, if I was going to go on any of these reality shows, if I was going to go on Survivor, I would be doing CrossFit like 5 times a week. If I was going to
and I would know how to build a fire.
I know how to build a fire, obviously.
Okay, yeah, but I don't. But
I know how to swim, I can for sure. I know how to do all those things. I would, if I was going on Big Brother, I would know how to lie, cheat, and steal. No, I'm kidding.
No, that's just.
I would watch all the other episodes. But all these reality shows, there is prep that you can do to better your chances in winning the competition.
For
Drag Race, I would 100% be looking at references and being like, okay, what could be really cool? I'd be looking at multiple people to play for my snatch game. I wouldn't just think of the one person I'm going to do, just in case it doesn't end up fitting the brief or somebody else is doing it, or it doesn't work in the moment. And I would know how to frickin' sew. That's like a leg up. Like, being able to sew is like, you can make yourself look so good.
There's drag queens in Toronto, such as Demand Attention, my old roommate, could make you anything. If she wants to make a concept, she can think of it and she will create it. She'll look at it online, she'll create it, she'll sew it. Cool. Yes, some people have that knack for like sewing and that they're really, really great at it. But like, for Chantele to say, I took a sewing class for 2 months. And you still can't? Like, come on. Like, and she's like breaking it, and like, she goes, I think I'm gonna pick different material. I'm like, girl, bye.
Well, and then I'm kind of like, okay, I get it, Trixie, that you're like playing thank you so much for saving me in the last round, but like she and Aja really did not need to put any of their time in helping the other 2 queens that didn't take it upon themselves to do their homework and learn how to sew. I think that they should not have, not maybe be outward about it, be like, no, I'm not helping you, but like not be folding their fabric and showing them how to sew. I just thought that they should have maybe just let them flounder a little bit.
Well, of course. Yeah, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. She's a fabric that even stretches, and it's like, you should okay, maybe because I do have a kind of a perceptual kind of mind, and I understand how things work, puzzle wise. So if I'm sewing something, I know that I have to turn it inside out to do, I get stuff like that. But the fact that you can't realize that if it doesn't have stretch in it, it's not going to stretch. I don't think I need to be a sewing genius or a fabric genius to know that. Right?
Yeah.
Do you know that fabric that doesn't stretch won't stretch?
Sorry, say that again. Sorry, one more time.
Know that fabric that doesn't stretch won't stretch when you sew it?
Fabric that that will stretch?
No, it doesn't stretch. The fabric that she bought doesn't stretch, and she sews it, and it doesn't stretch. It doesn't stretch.
Dum-dums.
Well, it's like, it's not going to stretch. Like, I don't know. It's not going to, because you sewed it, make it fit, because it doesn't. Like, it just so stupid.
So, like, okay, so then they go, and meanwhile, Aja's making an outfit going, oh, it's going to look so good. Oh, it's going to look so good.
I'm excited, and she actually, like, well, especially since the judges have been saying that she has, like, a nice style this season, and they love her looks and this and that, so she can sew, and she's really excited for what she's, like, making and bringing to the runway.
Darling, can we just stop this for a quick second, but are you available on Saturday?
No, I fly.
Okay. I just got invited to the premiere of Big Brother Canada.
It's Saturday?
Yeah, like I just said, remember how I want to get us tickets?
Yeah, but I thought it starts the 7th.
Yeah, but they film it probably ahead of time. They got to put them in the house now.
Well, I can figure out how to be there.
It's at 3 p.m. on Saturday.
Let me look into it.
Okay, cool. I'm going to see if I can start. I have to work at like 5:30, so then we'll figure that out. Cool. Okay, cool.
Okay, so
Aja's cockiness, so she's all like, you know, hey, like, I can make this, and I'm going to do this, blah, 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 blah. And, like, they're all like, oh, she's really fucking cocky.
Yeah, which is usually like, in the edit, if someone's cocky, either they're really going to win it or they're really going to lose it. So, like, I'm, like, waiting to see how the outcome is going to be for outfit outcome. So this is what had happened though when Ben and Kennedy were really kind of like talking about like the edgic of the game and how to vote and this and that, and like I am still annoyed that Kennedy, who when she's come out on top once, that she has just so much. She gets to dictate how Ben's being. I don't know. Kennedy just really annoys me. I guess it's what it is. It just comes down to that.
Oh well, yeah. She's like, she's sitting in the mirror. And she's got that face in the mirror. And Ben's talking, oh, well, like, you know, because Ben's probably doing that because, you know, he's probably seen the other cans. He's already seen what, like, some of them are wearing.
That he might win.
Dressing. And he's probably like, okay, so, like, if I'm at the bottom, like, subtext is, hey, if I'm in the bottom, you know, like how I have won all these challenges and I've never been at the bottom? If I get at the bottom this time, I don't think I should be warranted. That's basically the subtext. That's basically what he's saying. And, like, Kennedy's just like, no. If you are in the bottom, you're going to go. Like, basically, that's her subtext.
I don't know. I guess, like, and one, I didn't like how Ben conceded there a little bit. Like, was it here? I think she said it. When, oh, no, never mind. It's later. You probably know what I'm getting at, but okay. Yeah. So we're moving on to the main stage challenge. The guest judges are Ross Matthews, who likes his art well hung, liked that little pun. Shay Mitchell, Pretty Little Liars. I've never seen the show, but she's pretty.
She looked really pretty. I was like, who's this girl? And it's like Pretty Little Liars, and I'm like, and I've seen an episode of that. I think that show's weird. Yeah. And then Peter Noir.
And Titus Burgess, yes, who has peanut noir for lunch or for breakfast, i.e. black cock for breakfast. Yeah. So the runway show is Soup Can Realness. So,
first to come out is Aja with her sugar tit soup, which is very colorful, and I like all of their dialogue. Her dialogue over like that she speaks over top was funny, and you hear RuPaul laughing, so it's all good.
Yeah, I liked her
really good
wig, and I liked her makeup, like her candy makeup. Like I liked the look that she was going for. And the fact that she called it sugar tits made it a little bit more Aja because it's a little more crass. So I liked that. As opposed to being like cutesy, she was just a little more like sugar tits.
Yeah,
like I like that.
Yeah.
Next was Angie's. Is that what it's called? Angie's Halleloops. Caffeinated. Okay, that's all I wrote.
It was like good. It was like, but when you're comparing, the first one comes out, you're gonna compare it to Aja's. I liked Aja's better.
Yeah, I like her.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought Chantele looked pretty, but like she kind of, I guess because she's also small, she kind of got swallowed up by the soup can. So just like a little pea head on top of this gigantic soup can.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's so tiny.
And then Trixie comes out, and I really liked Trixie's can. I really liked it because it was colorful. It had her face on it. It was a brand. This was all about like a branding challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And what was great is that it says may cause nausea, and like all that stuff, and like it had a warning label on it, and she had her eyes out of it. It was like, that's Trixie can, and like that's great. I liked it.
I mean, you're a bigger fan of Trixie. I like Trixie more before the season than now, so I'm just sick of Trixie's face. So I just didn't want to see her face. I just said, okay, ugly classic Trixie makeup, blah. Like, and that's all you really got to see. Like, I didn't really look at the can that much. I liked the play on words with Peppa Bismol. Like, I thought that was kind of cute, but I wasn't living for it. But I guess it's because I'm not living for her.
Gotcha.
Grandma Kennedy, I didn't understand like the pot liquor juice and wearing glasses. I was like, I mean, if it was a challenge where you had to go as an old person, maybe, but is she playing up on the fact that she's the oldest in the workroom?
Isn't BB the oldest?
Oh, maybe BB's the oldest. Yeah, like who knows?
Like it's if we're coming up with the excuse, like I said before, I think that with Kennedy, remember when Kennedy came out in that fucking outfit for that Death Becomes Her look, and she came out as that fucking rooster, and she like and then like I was a person and I died and I rose again, and I was like, no, you probably just had that fucking outfit and you said, how can I make this work? And you were like, and
well, I like that creativity in the sense of trying to make something work, but it has to actually work.
It has to fucking work. Like you're gonna come out as this grandma and she's probably like, grandma soup, like blah blah blah, like soup and blah blah blah. No, she probably doesn't know who the fuck Andy Warhol is. So when she heard soup, she thought grandma and fail.
Thumbs down.
Yeah.
But BB, I thought she looked pretty, but she came up obviously as Jaja, a taste of Africa in your mouth.
I'm over it. I'm over
I'm over the homage to the motherland.
No, but I'm just over her. It's just like Zaza. And I'm like you have yet to wow me. You have yet to wow me, and I never saw season 1, and like, but what doesn't matter about that? But it's like she
wows me in her confessional look. I love her confessional look. Like that's what I want to go for for Halloween is BB Zahara Monet's confessional look.
Oh yeah, do it.
Looking at the TV box, or whatever, and just be like throwing shade at the queens with that accent.
It's just like yeah, that's how she did. And then you sent me that text the other time, and it was like Coco inside of. Yeah, that was good.
I'll slide that in there so people can see Coco more.
Yeah, that's so funny.
And then lastly, Ben, all perfect.
Yeah, all I wrote was
rises to the top.
All I wrote was it was not striking.
No.
It wasn't striking. Like it wasn't striking enough. Like creme de la creme. Cool. That's actually what Ben used to be called before he was Ben de la creme. He used to be called. His drag name was Creme de la Creme, and then because that Ben de la Creme kind of like was this character he played, and because it was so much like him, he just decided that was his drag character. I looked it up. I did some research.
Thank you for the informational hour with Michael Pez.
Hey, Wikipedia, I love you. Hashtag Wikipedia.
Yeah, historian on drag culture.
Yeah.
All right, so now like the main stage looks. I was so excited for this. I was like, Studio 54, you have like such free range. It's the 70s. It's like, it's wigs, it's disco, it's sparkles, glitter, like bell bonnet. Like it's it's free reign to go with whatever you want, pretty much.
And it's glam. It's glamorous.
Glamorous.
If you got into Studio 54, like, I don't know if you remember the movie, but I remember like Mike Myers being the guy who like owns the club, and he's like just looking at the crowd wanting to get in, and he's only picking the glamorous hot people. He's like, take your shirt off, and then all of a sudden Ryan Phillippe takes his shirt off. He's like, get the fuck in there. You're going in there. You're going in there. You're going in there. And it's like starlets. Like if you were anybody in New York, you went to 54 and you looked good.
Yeah, you dress up, like you get a stylist, like you do something, but you don't do what many of these queens did.
Well, they also had to create, I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt, they had to create these looks. So they did the best that they could, I think.
Get that, but I feel if you're coming on Drag Race, you should know how to make a glamorous look with the sewing machine, or figure out how to do something easy with a sewing machine that's glamorous, because I was not living for all these bodysuits.
No.
So Aja came out, she's sitting on that white horse with her see-through outfit, and I thought she looked really good. I liked her look. I could see her references weren't like necessarily bang on for the 70s, but I thought she looked beautiful, and I thought her outfit looked like clean and nice and like elegant. Like I thought her outfit looked good enough. Even though it wasn't like super 70s, you know?
Yeah, she missed the mark, and she looked fucking great. Like she looked beautiful. Like a girl could wear that now. A queen could look that now and go out and like have that look and like have that 60s mod look. But guess what? It wasn't mod. It's not a mod challenge.
But I feel like her outfit was 70s enough with like the wide leg pants and like the sheerness of it. Like I thought that was enough for personally, because like
I think it was the hair.
Yeah,
I think it was like the little bit of like the bouffant hair that was like really bouffant, but it was like it had that headband in there, and then it had that puff top up here, and I'm like,
all she would have needed to have done was put on a friggin' afro, and she would have sold it.
Oh, for sure.
She'd put like a giant afro.
Yeah, or even just, or even like,
or a tight bun with like a long braid, you know?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like Barbarella kind of thing. Mm-hmm. It had that like Barbarella look.
And then Chantele comes out and she had some ugly like gold circles on the front of her dress and a gold circle headpiece. Fascinating.
I just put vinyl. She put vinyl records and put it down her front to cover up the fact that her fucking outfit was ugly, and she had these records. They were probably like, there's a props department over there. Go grab whatever you want from the props department. And then she's like, well, I got this thing. I can make hats. I can make this thing. Like her color, solid gold, that was good. Like the color was great, but that's all it was.
I mean, it looked cheap, but it seemed like if she didn't have those big circles, like her dress would have been a little bit better. She could even have kept the headpiece on and just get it just didn't make any sort of constructional sense to have these three gigantic circles that covered her entire body and then had some like...
Yeah, you can't dance on that.
Bad move. So Trixie came in a super padded catsuit, pink.
Yeah, I was like, I wrote down pink velour, and it looked like a velour fabric. It looked really comfy. It looked very looked soft. I don't know. She looked like hey, bravo for making that. Great.
True, but like also though, I didn't think she looked like super glamorous. So I thought that like, for instance, Aja's look was a little bit more Studio 54-esque than like this ugly pink like camel toe jumpsuit.
Yeah, like, and also who wants to go to a hot club in the summer in a onesie?
Gross. But you know, she's fitting her brand, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
Came out. I loved her afro and I loved her makeup. The outfit to me looked a little bit cheap. Like off the top of my head, that's from my notes. I don't remember what her outfit looked like.
I wrote utility belt. She looked like she was wearing Batman from the 60s utility belt.
Okay. But I thought her hair and makeup looked really good.
It just looked like she was like, I'm gonna wear this fanny pack. Because it was the size of a fanny pack. And it was like, maybe if she had taken that little belt off and maybe put like just even like a little rope or something that like it was just staring at the yellow, bright yellow, like yellow belt. Not yellow.
There's just such bad taste. It's so annoying. And then BB comes out in her regal self with her blue dress.
That looked like a gay car wash. They said, oh, it looks like a gay car wash.
They have some good little commentary.
Do you think that they actually are all coming up with that then, or do you think those are just like little like?
I think they know what the queens are like kind of making along the way, and they kind of start thinking of puns, or they have like a joke writer. That's the
they probably film all those little joke writers while they are doing the deliberation, or when they're doing like the untucked thing. They probably have all those like little comments because the judges probably all write it down. I don't know. This is what
I could be wrong, but I don't remember actually seeing their mouths moving at the same time as the queens are on the stage. It's always like a voiceover, so they could like throw that in anywhere. So yeah, I think it's after the fact actually because it's all been taped and then they throw it over top.
Yeah, but the editing is very good. Like I love the editing of the show. Like whoever's the editor of RuPaul's Drag Race, congratulations, you are fantastic. Excellent. Because I know how much work goes into reality TV, and like I think I've done an episode of Say Yes to the Dress Canada, and that was brutal, and that was just 7 of us sitting there watching someone come out in wedding dresses. So bravo to anybody that does reality TV and the filming. Big Brother, you are amazing. Survivor, you are amazing. The way like whoever comes up with the production, it's like I have never heard of anything like going wrong on reality TV sets, because I have never really heard.
I haven't thought about it, but I'm sure something's gone wrong.
Like those shows that have never aired, like yeah.
Well, like there's definitely things that haven't aired, I'm sure, with all that footage. So yeah, then Ben, I liked her outfit, I said, but I wish that she went bigger. It's just like I think that the naturalness of Ben's drag, I'm kind of getting tired of it. And I want to see more lashes. I want to see more lips. I want to see more hair. I just want it bigger. It's just instead of it just being cute and to like tight little hair and like little outfit and little face and little makeup and little just I want to see a little bit more exaggerated version of Ben de la Creme.
It's almost like this season seems to it's almost like Ben's season to lose. It looks like it's
starting to write that way, to be
right?
It doesn't look like Ben's winning. From this episode, it looks like she ain't gonna win. That's what it's okay, so everyone's on the stage now, and RuPaul points out that Aja's only 23 and found that she really massively missed the mark with her look, as we were kind of talking about. I thought that because she looked pretty and her soup can was pretty good and her mini challenge she won, that like she did enough right this episode to kind of slip up on a wig.
She didn't even do the reference, like they even threw the, I don't know who Frances Jolie is, but it's not Frances Jolie, it's I don't even know what the name was. I can't remember.
Franjolie.
And it was like, do your research and stuff like that. And I was like, bravo to like, thank you for calling that out, because like drag queens, I've seen a lot of drag queens, and a lot of drag queens need to be up and current with the times, because there's so many times where, yes, they get into this like, they get into their little, the same song all the time, the same character, the same look, they do the same thing all the time. But then also the times started changing, and like you gotta like move with the times. You got to know who is popular and current at the moment. And then, or if it is a retro theme night, do your research on something that person would wear that, or that person's, especially in drag. Especially if they're going to go on a show.
I get it, and I agree. I agree that you need to know your references, and if you're going to reference somebody, know how to say their name right. Like, it's kind of like Maya Angelou, know how to say like your Snatch Games person's name correctly or spell it. I get that, but I thought that she looked pretty, and I thought that she looked Studio 54 enough. I think that the judges were a little bit hard on her, but it seems like they were trying to make a reason for her to be on the bottom, because I thought that some other people were worse than her.
Do you ever think that like, I don't know, like it could be just like the writers and the producers and stuff. Do you think that like Aja was put in the bottom because they knew that Aja was going to go, and then they knew that the next episode was going to be a battle back anyways, so they were just like, let's throw her in the battle back, and if she wins the battle back, then she deserves to be here?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's exactly that, but I think that her being on the bottom, like her being in the battle back would be the most drama coming back. Like, it just like I would love to see all the queens that are out compete more than the queens that are in, to be honest. Right? It's going to be
all the queens that are out.
Peachy, and
Morgan.
Oh, I forgot about her. Morgan McMichael and Aja. That's like great, like group of people battling back. I'm more interested in who's going to come back than who's going to be in the competition still.
Sure.
Sure. They love Trixie's pink camel toe, and Trixie's just loving that the judges are just so happy with her, and she's throwing her shoe, or she kicked up her shoe. I can't remember what she did, but she's just so happy that she finally gets some praise from the judges.
Like bravo to her. She finally wins a challenge. Peter Noir is like, you murdered that challenge. You did it, and like blah blah blah. Trixie's so happy, and then they say, and the other winner is BB at the challenge, and like, I was like,
well, they loved her, and they thought that they loved her suit branding. They said that her runway look was 10 out of 10. So they were just feeling it. And like, I thought she looked great, but I was, when I watched the show for the first time, I kind of was falling asleep watching it. So like, when I woke up and I saw who got kicked off and who won the challenge, I was so confused. I was like, what? Is this a dream?
but hey, look, did you see the shadiness of that whole thing? When she goes, hey, did you make this outfit? And BB says, yes. And then all of a sudden, the look of Aja to Shangela, and Shangela to Aja, she lied. BB, Aja made that outfit for BB, and she sewed that for her. She may have not, like, hot glue gun those, like, car wash things on, but I'm going to say
she should have said that Aja helped her, but she might have felt as though she did enough on her own to warrant saying that she did it on her own.
Sure, but they do that little, there's like when you watch the show.
I didn't see that. I'm going to watch it.
Go back and watch that, because even when the results happen, Aja even says, hey, cool, I made that up for her, and she said that I didn't do that, so okay, but I'm gonna go, and blah blah blah. She says that on her way out. So I'm like, that's gonna come back. Guess what? Next episode, that's coming back.
So yeah, her can met her brand. They felt, but they think that she could have done better, and I 100% agree. That's what I'm saying. That like, I like Ben. She's on my team, so I'm rooting for her for sure.
Yeah.
I do well. I'm happy that she's done well up until this point. But I definitely need more, because she's just, it's like we've seen all of her tricks. Let me see something else. Like, just like this whole like cutesy thing that she does. And like, I seen it. Okay, cool. I liked it. Let me see something else.
Yeah, I know. Like that's going back to the season 2 thing. Like when you were like we were talking about like Alaska, like she was so good, and you're like, okay, Alaska, what are you gonna do next? Holy fuck, she was in blue. All of a sudden, she was this something else. All of a sudden, wow, you had a new look. So yeah, Ben should like do something like, when I saw Ben de la Creme perform at the Bots tour, and he came out as that bug, and then all of a sudden like more metamorphosizes into a drag queen. That like start doing more things like that. Like you said, like start doing more because it's. We're gonna
like,
get.
I can predict what she's gonna look like.
Yeah.
100%. So you kind of mentioned it before, but BB and Trixie are on the top.
Yeah.
Ben and Kennedy are safe, and Aja and Shangela are in the bottom.
And face crack, like wow, like she's
I felt really bad for Aja, really bad.
I felt bad for Shangela. Like they're like this is what they were talking about at the beginning of the episode.
Deserved it more than I thought than Aja, because Shangela's outfit was actually hideous, and I didn't think it said 70s or Studio 54 at all.
I honestly think that Kennedy should have been in the bottom.
No, they left. Well, her makeup looked really good though.
I guess, but just in my opinion, like I think that Kennedy should have been in the bottom, and like Shangela definitely in the bottom, and it should have been Shangela and Kennedy in the bottom.
And then Shangela would have gone home though.
No, I'm pretty sure that Kennedy would have went home.
All right, yeah, Trixie wouldn't have chose Shangela, and who's the other winner?
BB.
BB might have gotten rid of Kennedy. I don't know, but yeah, I felt bad for Aja. I didn't think she deserved to be there because she met the mark for most of the challenge this week. She it really was just her hair. And I've seen people miss the mark with their hair before and not go home. They're at least safe. I think they're just trying to teach her a lesson.
Yeah.
And I guess if you're saying that the next week is the Queen's coming back, like they know that she's probably more likely to come back than some of the other queens.
Yes.
So even Trixie though was saying that she thought that Aja looked the most beautiful on the runway, and I'm like, I totally agree. That sucks.
It sucks. It's all perspective, and like I mean. That's when the game aspect comes involved, when you're like, cool, now like if I'm in the bottom, I would go to those two queens and be like, are you gonna get rid of me because of this? I would be like, I don't think you should get rid of me because this is like fight to stay there.
Yeah, make them feel guilty about like pulling out your lipstick.
Yeah, and also be like, listen, Shangela's in the bottom, get rid of her now. You want to win? Get rid of her. I've been in the bottom twice. Fine, I've been in the bottom twice, but like you have a better chance of beating me in the end than all of that. Like get rid of Chantele now.
Right now, some like those like acting challenges might come out, and like she might pull out some Halloween's, hallelujah.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know what she's gonna pull out. So do you want to win this title? Yes, I do. Well, then let's work together, and we'll get Chantele out, and then we can like work together. This is when like the whole Big Brother game aspect comes into it, where it's like time to get rid of these people, and that's what like Kennedy's do. Like that's what Kennedy wants to do. Like, they're all playing different games, and they just need to get their head in the fucking game because it is a game show at the end of the day.
I'm okay with them playing the different games, but that's the problem is that not enough people are winning that are changing it up. So, like, there's been no drama necessarily because it's been pretty much Ben making all this. Like, she hasn't actually chosen who goes home, but like her logic is what's been driving kind of the storyline of like how to vote people out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
All the conversations and the one-on-ones, like how she's voting is the narration of the narrative of the show.
Of course.
So the fact that Trixie thought Aja looked great, like I don't know, they haven't showed who Trixie voted for yet, right?
Not yet, no.
Okay, so I don't know. I think that says a lot that if like, your fellow queens thought that you looked amazing on the runway and then you're on the bottom still, like, I don't know. It's a little shady.
Yeah, but like what like would be really interesting if Trixie pulls up that lipstick, it better say Aja on it.
To send her home?
Yeah, it better say Aja on it.
Oh, for Shangela, right.
If it says Shangela, fuck that shady bitch. Like, it's gonna be.
She probably will save Shangela because
Exactly.
She's
no balls. Because Shangela saved her.
She has a camel toe, no balls. What do you think of the conversation this was going to mention before about Ben is tired and Kennedy noticing that Ben is tired and seems like the energy in her is low and she notices on the runway?
I'm just super excited to see, like, because it's all in the editing, right? I think that it's like based off of all the conversations, but dude, that would be exhausting. Are you kidding me? To be in the top each week and like, yeah, you probably are tired, but like, and that's why Ben is like starting to crack because he just wants to actually just relax and calm down, but he cannot relax and calm down.
Well, like, even when we played our like little backyard Big Brother, like if I had to do that for like months, I would be exhausted by the end. Like, your brain is always churning and going and going and going, and you're wondering, like, what should I do? It's the best for me, and like, I need to be the challenge. Like, to be on top, you have, and to make the decision on who goes home, like, your brain is going all the time, and he's probably not sleeping properly because my brain would be going. So
yeah, especially because it is so fast paced, probably for Allstars Rupaul. Probably is very fast paced. Big Brother, I think that you could handle it. I think that oh no, I know that. No, I know. but what I'm saying is, you're in a house for 3 months. You will find, like, once you're in there, the backyard game that we played was go. That was way intense. But being in the house, dude, get some ice cream, go sit on the couch, calm down.
I think though my brain would still be going every single second. I'm like, can I have real conversations without thinking about the game?
At least before you get on that show, if you get on that show, then like at least you know what you need to work on.
I don't know if it's something that I can work on without actually just experiencing.
That's why they have treadmills, and that's why they have like things in there. Like, you're gonna be bored half the time.
Well, that's what my brain is gonna be like.
Yeah, so then you'll find something to do. Then you'll end up cleaning the entire house.
Yeah.
And then you'll just be like, oh, Chantele is cleaning the entire house.
Yeah,
because actually, the whole time you're like, I'm just trying not to go crazy.
Actually, that's probably what I get. No, I'd probably cook for everybody.
Yeah, like that, but that's good. That's great. And that's a strategic way of staying in the house. And that's also a strategy to help you, like to help yourself. Because at the end of the day,
I think I have to learn how to play chess too.
You don't know how to play?
Well, I know the rules of like each piece, obviously, and like I've played before, but I don't understand the strategy.
Do you know that I taught myself how to play chess?
Well, I have an app. I'm gonna teach myself.
Oh yeah, I had an app on my phone like way back in the day, and like it was the only game I had on my phone, and I was like, okay, well I know that these pieces move this way, and oh, this piece moves this way, and then finally I started beating the computer. And I was like, yes, okay.
That's the thing is like, I understand how each piece moves, but I don't understand how to think moves in advance on how to catch the queen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand the logic yet.
Well, everyone plays differently, right? It's all about the other person.
But like, I don't get how to win. I don't know, like, I know what the objective is, but I don't understand how to make that happen. You know what I mean?
It's like, you know how the pieces move, but you also got to realize 5 moves ahead what the other player is going to do. You know what I mean? Like, that's why they have that timer thing that like you could sit there and strategize the entire time and think about how all these things are going to move, but like you have to actually move. So like, you're going to move that one pawn. If you move that pawn, what could all those other pieces do to get?
Yeah, so I get that.
Yeah,
and that I find that fun, and I think I would really like chess, but I don't know how to strategize to win.
I'll play you.
But then you're just going to beat me, and I won't understand why.
Okay, well, when you're ready to play, let's play.
When they're ready to play, I'll be ready to beat Bobby Fischer.
Oh, I know Bobby Fischer. I might be like his brother, Eddie Fisher. But who's Eddie Fisher? Is Eddie Fisher somebody? No, I don't know. Anyway, okay, so they do the lip sync, and it is, I don't even know what song it was.
It was
some disco-y song.
Wait, you didn't talk about the fact that you got some points for Aja crying in the workroom.
Oh, somewhat. Like I'm almost like I'm losing another player right now. So like I'm like, so really all I have left now is fucking Trixie.
I mean, you might have the winner.
Oh no, wait, I have Kennedy as well. I have Kennedy and Trixie. Cool. And maybe one of my people will come back. And guess what? It fucking better be one of my people. It better not be fucking Thorgy.
I hope it's Thorgy. Oh my god. Thorgy needs she needs to do some more though, to be fair.
I feel like Thorgy and Milk have like, I think that they're the ones that are gonna be coming back, but I don't know.
And sorry, just like in the conversation that BG's telling Aja, like, you've already made it. You made it. You made it. And I'm just like, I'd be so pissed if I was Aja. I'd be like, shut up, BB. Like, let me plead for my life. Because you could tell from that in those interviews that BB had already made up her mind that she was sending Aja home.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if it's because she's the mole, or if that's what she's told to do, or if it's what she felt was right to do. But you could tell that Aja had zero chance. And that's one thing I hate about these reality shows is when people are pleading to their case and they have no chance whatsoever. I'm just like,
yeah,
it sucks to watch because like, it's just painful. I don't like it.
It's like when someone gets backdoored on Big Brother.
Exactly. And then nobody talks to them in the house. And you're just like,
yeah.
So yeah, wait, so we could look at everything. Oh yeah, BB's looking at the whole picture. Trixie's looking at who has the best track record and who would save her tomorrow. So those are the kind of how those queens are going to be voting, and their lip sync is to "The Boss" by Diana Ross. So it seems like that is a song that would be a little bit more inclined for BB to win over Trixie to win. So a little shady boots happening here.
Yeah, and it's like it just but you know what? I just rewatched it like again this morning, and like this is the first time I've ever seen Trixie like lip sync, like really. Like I mean, she lip synced for her life to stay twice or whatever, and blah blah blah. But BB brought it, and BB was good because like the whole thing is that I think. My whole thing is when someone is lip syncing and you're not singing, stand with 2 feet, lip sync, and feel the music, and it's all in your eyes. And you can never see Trixie's eyes. So I'm like, oh, well, BB won this one, and you're like, and Aja's going home. Like it's just the way you can read it. You can read the episode.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you think that they picked the song like way in advance, or like when they knew? So you don't think that it was geared towards BB? You think that anybody that was in the top 2, like even if it was Ben and Trixie, would have got that song?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that. Well, because it was 70s, it was an Andy Warhol theme, and they're probably like, "This is the song." The people, like, it's not fair if they don't really know who the song is going to be, so they probably are all like, "If I'm in the top, I have to play this song."
Everybody gets the song in advance, but I'm just saying that like they watch what's happening and they can have an idea of who's going to be in the top and the bottom before they actually get on the runway show. I'm sure. I'm just wondering if you think that there's any shady boots happening with.
Oh no, I don't think there's any shady boots. No.
Okay. So. Yeah, I wrote down that Trixie was trying hard, but BB just looked so regal and beautiful, and she looked like Diana, and she's already played Diana, and she looked like she was a superstar, and so I thought it was no surprise that BB won and won 10 G's. I'll take 10 G's for a lip sync.
Fuck, I would love 10 G's right now.
I would love 10 G's. But Aja knew though before she said anything that that BB was going to be picking her. You could see it all over her face. As soon as BB won, like Aja's face was like, she knew it.
Yeah, she was upset.
And so BB chose Aja to win. And what was her little line at the end? I thought it was cute, but I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember what it was.
Oh, she's like, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, she leaves. And then you hear, she watches the mirror, and it's like the day of reckoning is upon us. And I'm like, ooh.
Well, and then you see Child Bagels in Alaska, and they come walking out onto the runway in their Handmaid's Tale outfits. And RuPaul says, "How many girls did you manage to catch?" Which is weird. So they're like, so what they probably did was they probably said, "Hey, do you want to like battle back?" And either someone was like, "No, fuck off, I don't want to do that," or they were like, "Yes, I do want to do that." So they had 3.
I know, or maybe they did like a competition or something. That would be even better.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, how many were you able to catch? So
well, and then I don't know if you caught it, but then at one point they see the voiceover is like under his eye, and I'm like, under his eye. So is that talking about under BB's eye or BB non-drag BB's eye?
I'm just typing it in right now. Under
his eye.
What does under his eye mean in The Handmaid's Tale? Handmaids are forced to become surrogates for high-ranking couples and can often be heard using this phrase, under his eye. So in this specific future, what does under his eye mean? Details of...
Try under his eye, Drag Race reference. And then the final, I think the final line was, "Let yourselves be known, and there's a queen, and then a queen comes out for your revenge." I'm like, yes. And that's when the 3 of them walk out on the stage, their heads down. And for some reason, though, it didn't seem to me to look like the people that were evicted. No, actually, I'm lying. One looked like Trixie. Actually, Trixie, Chi-Chi. The other 2 were white, though, for sure.
Yeah, that's what, like, I follow this one person on Instagram, and it's like hashtag RuPaul's Drag Race or something like that. And they showed the 3 of them, and then all of a sudden, who's it going to be? And it was like 168 comments. And it seems like it's going to be Aja, Morgan, Chi-Chi. That was the general consensus.
Who's the first one?
Aja.
Oh.
Aja, Morgan, Chi-Chi. Okay. Who do I love?
Aja comes back for sure for that group.
Aja for sure comes back. Like, Aja for sure comes back. Okay. I'm going to say definitely Morgan comes back.
Okay.
But there's only 3 of them. I don't think that Chi-Chi comes back.
No, Chi-Chi can't come back because she's just not good.
I'm going to say, who has tattoos on their arms? Because one has tattoos on their arms.
Probably Morgan. Morgan seems like a tattoo type.
So does Aja. Seems like a tattoo type as well.
Oh, that's true.
So it'll be Aja in the middle. Morgan. It's going to be Aja, Morgan, and Milk.
No, but I feel like one of the people looked like they were black.
That I know.
On the right hand
side, but that would be Chi-Chi.
Right.
Well, like, hey, you know what? You remember in season 9 when they brought back Cynthia Lee Fontaine?
Yeah.
And then like you didn't see who it was, and I was like, oh my god, it's Chi-Chi DeVayne. Chi-Chi DeVayne's back, and they're like, no, it's not. And I was like, yeah, but that person like has a darker skin, like. It's Chi-Chi. It's like like that. It's Chi-Chi probably. They're like, no, it's Cynthia Lee Fontaine, and it was all like, just it was just clearly they just probably had a walk-in person do it, and like it could have been anybody for no spoilers. So I'm actually thinking that
it might not even be them in those Handmaid's Tales. It just might be people to throw us off.
It's to throw us off. It's to get us to talk about this conversation right now. Yes. Microphones drop.
We go through our points, dear.
Sure.
Let's see. Oh, I'm starting out at 225. You're at 77. Okay, so the mini challenge win. Who was that? That was
Aja.
Aja. How much is that? +5. Yay! Well, let me describe these people out.
Winner of mini challenge, 225 points added towards this letter. Okay.
Main challenge win. That was who was it again? Trixie and
BB. That's 25, right?
Correct. So everybody gets 5 points for surviving. So Ben gets +5, Chantele gets +5, BB gets +5, Trixie gets +5, Kennedy and +5. Lip sync. So +10 for winning the lip sync. So then I get +10. Nobody took off their wig. You get +2 for crying in the workroom. Girl, you're just racking up those tier points.
Thank God. Thank God.
Nobody cried on the main stage. Nobody has a group. And just, I guess, +10 for the top looks. So another +10. There's only 2 top looks this week, right?
Yeah.
And then bottom looks were -10. Sorry, honey.
Well, sorry, honey, to you too.
Put -10. Okay. And then, is that it? Okay, let's add those up. So 5, 10. So -10 is 0, 25, 30, 40, 50. I got 50 points this week, and you got
I feel like I got 47.
40, 50, -10 is 40, 42, 47.
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, I got 47.
That's a pretty even week.
Yeah, you got 50?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna add the full thing up. So then I'm at
275.
Yeah, and then you're at 77 plus 47, 124.
24.
All right.
Okay.
That's bad. You definitely.
You never know.
I mean, we can give like a big, a larger point thing for the winner.
Hey, listen. At the end of the day, what happens? I'm just saying this to you. What if all of a sudden Chantele and Ben go, and the final 3 is Aja, Kennedy, and Trixie?
I mean, that
points across the board. 10s across the board. Like, it'll be just like.
But I'll always have BB.
Fuck that shady bitch.
Okay, well, that's all we got today for RuPaul Drag Race episode.
Thanks everybody for watching, and with
please subscribe so we can do this. Please, we're begging you. Press that little button right there and subscribe. Find us on social media. We're on Instagram. We're both at Reality Realness with 3 S's. You can find Michael Pez at Michael Pez. You can find me at Shan Fran or at Misty_Arrow. And if you want to leave us a question, you can go to Allstars Ruview at gmail.com, and we'll answer your questions and bring them on to our next episode.
And we are not saying that we know so much about drag. We are just 2 reality TV junkies watching a show and giving our little opinion. So I want to congratulate all the drag queens. It's very hard work, and you know what? bravo to you.
Absolutely. I mean, like, I mean, I would love to be able to do it, and I actually kind of want to create my own drag show for myself, which I might do for Fringe next year because I missed the mark for this year. But it is something I would love to be a drag queen. It seems like the best job ever. So kudos. And I don't know if it's going to be this season or next season, but you will see both me and Mr. Michael Pez in drag, maybe for next season 10's Snatch Game recap. Anyways,
baby.
I hope you guys have a great day.
Bye.
See you guys soon. Bye.
See you soon. Bye.